Testing. Okay, you're good to go.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. This is the work session of the Mayor and Council on Monday, September 13th, 2021. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of all citizens to have advance notice of and to attend all meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting the public is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, notice of the meeting of the Mayor and Council was originally published in the Bergen Record on Sunday, January 10th, 2021, and the Suburban News on February 4th, 2021, and updated in the Bergen Record and the Ridgewood News on Friday, June 21st. All right. Flag salute or roll call?
Or roll call?
Roll call, please.
Mayor Dillon?
Here.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Here.
Councilman Gutwetter?
Here.
Councilman Jones?
Here.
Councilman Kilman?
Here.
Councilman Weber?
Here.
Councilwoman Woods?
Here.
Stand for the flag salute, please. I pledge allegiance All right. May we have approval of minutes?
Thank you, Council President. I move that the minutes from August 30th, 2021 be approved.
And I second it. Roll call, please. Oh, does anyone have any comments on the minutes? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter?
Yes.
Councilman Jones?
Abstain?
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Weber?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
May we have approval of the communications?
Thank you, Council President. I move the communications be received and filed.
I second.
Thank you. Do we have any comments on the communications?
Yes, Council President, I would like to recognize the letter from Alan Geisenheimer telling of their wonderful experience at the Ramsey Municipal Pool, including speaking very highly of Gary Bach, the manager of the pool, and also with regret accept the letter of Kathy Vetter for her retirement at the end of this year, or the beginning of 2022.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Does anyone else have any comments? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter?
Yes.
Councilman Jones?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Weber?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
Thank you. It's time for public comment. Anyone wishing to address the governing body, please give your name, spelling the last name and address. Please speak in an audible tone and address your comments to the chair. There'll be a 5-minute time limit per speaker unless reduced because of the volume of business on the agenda. Please note, public comment is your time. Out of respect and fairness to all, there will be no interruptions or questions answered during your time. No time shall be ceded to anyone else, and no time shall be saved for later use. Any responses may be given during the governing body's comments later in the meeting, or as directed by the chair. The borough clerk is the official timekeeper. So there is, our phones are not muted, so if anyone from the public would like to speak, now is your time. Do we have anyone out in the public who would like to comment? Again, anyone from the public? I don't think we have. We may have one on the phone. Last call, anyone from the public who would like to speak? Not hearing anyone, we will close public comment. And we will move into the finalization of ordinances. So for final consideration, I pass it over to you, Councilwoman Ms. Woods.
Yes, thank you, Council President. Introduction of ordinance 14-2021. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending Chapter 34 of the Code of the Borough of Ramsey, Bergen County, New Jersey, and more specifically, Section 34-35, L.O. Laboratory and Office Building District, and Section 34-40.1, prohibited in all districts so as to permit medical cannabis dispensaries. Was introduced at a meeting of the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Ramsey held on the 30th day of August 2021 and was passed on final reading at a meeting of the Mayor and Council held on the 13th day of September and was on the 13th day of September, duly approved by the Mayor of said borough.
Do we have a second?
This is Councilwoman Cusick. I second.
Do we have any other comments for this ordinance? Okay. Do we have anyone from the public who would like to speak to this ordinance, or this finalization of this ordinance? Anyone from the public that'd like to speak to the finalization of ordinance 14, 2021? Not hearing anyone, we will close that, and we will go into roll call for approval.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter?
Yes.
Councilman Jones?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes,
Councilman Weber?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
thank you. Madam Mayor?
Yes, thank you. I make the following appointments: Akash Datla, Ramsey Rescue probationary member, and Allison Saidi, Ramsey Rescue probationary member. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We move on to the consent resolutions. Councilman Gutwetter.
Thank you, Council President Kilman. Be it resolved that resolutions 158, 2021 through and including 163, 2021, having been considered by the governing body of the Borough of Ramsey, be and are hereby passed and approved. There are no block party requests, but we have a couple of special permits. The Eastwick College Surgical Technology Department is requesting permission to hold a fundraising event consisting of a walkathon on Wednesday, September 22nd, 2021, in their parking lot, raising money for Smile Train. And the Ramsey High School Marching Band and Guard parents are requesting permission to hold their annual door-to-door hoagie sale from October 8th through October 18th, 2021, with the delivery of the hoagies on October 23rd from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Thank you.
A second?
Thank you, Councilwoman Woods. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter?
Yes.
Councilman Jones?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes,
Councilman Weber?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
thank you very much. We are going to go into committee and liaison reports, and we will begin with Finance and Administration. Councilman Gutwetter, please.
Thank you again, Council President Kilman. Good evening. As for the Library Board, they'll meet after this meeting, so updates will follow at our next meeting later this month. A brief report, however, the library is planning for one last concert at Finch Park tentatively on September 25th. More information to follow or consult their website. The 3 concerts already held this summer were well attended and received great responses. There was a very successful summer reading program with a full report out by the library in October. Fall events have been planned and can be viewed on the events calendars. There will be a combination of in-person, indoor, and outdoor events, as well as virtual programs. And September is Library Card Sign-Up Month. As for the Recreation Commission, the Ramsey Run is set for October 2nd, a 5K and a 10K. Online registration can be done at register.communitypass.net/Ramsey Pool. Softball leagues were completed in August. Soccer leagues have begun in September. The Halloween parade/contest is most likely to be October 30th. More information to follow. And rec basketball will begin in December. Lastly, congratulations to Akash Datla and Allison Sabaya to their appointments to the Ramsey Rescue as probationary members, and best wishes to Kathy Vetter, the tax clerk, on her retirement at year end. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Gutwetter. Excuse me. Councilman Weber, Public Safety.
Thank you, Council President. I'd also like to congratulate Kathy Vetter on her retirement and welcome Akash and Allison to the Ramsey Rescue Squad as probationary members. I'd like to say thank you to our borough staff, DPW, emergency services departments, and all the volunteer organizations for all they did to make Ramsey Day such a success. It was just a wonderful day, and I think you can't go and thank people for Ramsey Day without mentioning that Councilman Bill Jones once again hit a home run with the weather. I don't know how he does it, but he does. I'd like to thank the DPW, emergency services, and the borough staff for all they did to make and prepare for the recognition of our 20th anniversary of the 9/11 tragedy. I'd like to say a special thank you to both Father Nick and to Council President Peter Kilman for their very, very moving and inspirational words. I thought this speech was absolutely outstanding this year, as always. It's hard to come up with something new to say, but you really hit another home run with that one. Thank you. Public Safety Committee, unfortunately, Councilman Jones was not available, but Councilman Gutwetter and I met with the emergency services units and did a tour of the emergency services building on Island Road. There is some structural issues with the building, there's some OSHA issues with the building, and they would like to begin the process of discussing a potential new facility with the mayor and council. After discussing this with all members of the public safety, we're making the recommendation to the mayor and council that we move on with an exploratory, the exploratory steps that would be considered to be the next step in the process. There is a letter signed by both fire and rescue in your folders tonight. I did want to mention Resolution 161, 2021, and thank Borough Administrator Vosay, Glenn Popolo, and those that worked on that ordinance. That provides very appreciated funds to the RIFE organization. It allows us to do more activities than we currently do, and allows us to take some of the activities that we do currently do to the next level. This has been used to bring all the challenges to Rockland Boulders games. It's allowed us to hire more professional trainers for some of these sporting activities that we do, instead of a bunch of dads and running around. We do have a professional trainer with Tara McDonald, but unfortunately she's in college for the next 4 years, so we need somebody that knows what they're doing to help us out. We did come up with a schedule of our events. On September 24th will be the next social event for the challengers. We'll be having a karaoke night. October 15th, we have an art class scheduled, and we're going to hold our Halloween party on October 29th. Mayor Dillon, Council President, that concludes my remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Weber. Building, Planning, and Zoning, Councilwoman Woods.
Thank you, Council President. I also wish to congratulate Akash and Allison on their appointment as probationary Ramsey Rescue members. I'd also like to congratulate Kathy Vetter on her retirement from the Tax Department and wish her all the best. Thanks to Borough Administrator Vosay and all involved in Ramsey Day. It was really wonderful. And the 9/11 ceremony was very moving, and I'm glad I was part of it. The Board of Health held their meeting on September 9th. Ramsey Day included hands-only CPR, blood pressure checks, tick check demonstrations, and diabetes checks, and lots of other information. Ramsey hosted a COVID-19 drive-through testing event on August 31st at the train station. Just an update on COVID. In the last 2 weeks, there were 4 cases of COVID-19 in Ramsey. Ramsey's vaccination rate is 84%, and the New Jersey state rate is 74%. New information from the CDC was discussed regarding the direction to give flu vaccine at the same time as the COVID vaccine. Schools will be testing on-site with funding from the CDC. Plans are in the works for a health fair in October at the Ramsey Community Center. And the Woodlands Health Clinics, motion and balance classes, Healthy Bones continue to be popular. The Board of Health coordinated sun damage screening and an asthma van to visit the pool, and cardiac screening and diabetes screening at the library. Deer overpopulation and vaccine mandates were discussed, and I would like to congratulate Sam Yanovich on his retirement as the Mid-Bergen Regional Health Officer and look forward to working with his replacement. And I don't know Jim's last name, but Jim. The Ramsey Seniors. The Ramsey Senior Trustee meeting was held Thursday, September 9th. The senior holiday party will be held Tuesday, December 7th at the Ramsey Community Center, and work continues on that. The schedule is filling up and classes are well attended. They continue to work with and communicate with other groups so the center can be enjoyed by as many as possible. Thank you to Joanne Buckhorn for her service as the Vice President, and look forward to her continued involvement on the trustee board. The next meeting will be October 14th at 10:30 a.m. And the Design Review Board has nothing to report. Their next meeting will be Tuesday, September 28th. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Woods. Next is Utilities, Buildings, and Grounds, and that is my report. I also want to congratulate Kathy Vetter on her retirement and wish her well. Congratulations to Akash and Allison on their appointments to the Ramsey Rescue as probationary members. I also want to echo Harry Weber. He always gets the whole list of people, but in particular, I'd like to say thank you to our Borough Clerk, Meredith Bendian, and our Borough Administrator, Bruce Bozay. At 6 a.m. in the morning, he's there, and then when the day is over, we're over at 9/11, and he's there, and everything is running like clockwork. So thank you to both, and thank you to all the groups that do that. Shade Tree, Zoning Board, and Public Works are coming up later in the month, so when we have those meetings, I'll report on those. And then lastly, I have a report from former councilman and former military veteran and VFW Post 12148 member, Joe Verdoni. And his report is as follows. On Saturday, September 11th, the VFW members proudly marched in the Ramsey Day Parade. They truly appreciated and are thankful for the community cheers and recognition. Along with the many other not-for-profit groups, the VFW had a very successful day selling patriotic shirts and getting poppy donations in their Ramsey Day booth. Several VFW members also attended the Mayor and Council's 9/11 Memorial Service at Finch Park, and they appreciate the fact that Mayor Dillon publicly recognized them. Tonight at its dinner, the Greater Ramsey Unicode chapter will present a check for $1,525 to the VFW Post, which are proceeds from the July 4th 50/50 raffle. And those are my comments for this evening. Next, we have Public and Governmental Relations, Master of the Weather and the Universe, Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Council President. Yes, I will take credit for the weather on Ramsey Day. My last gift to us all here was a nice sunshiny day. I wanted to mention a couple of things. First off, the passing of Doug Rennie. Doug was involved in this community for the last 60-plus years in Ramsey as he lived here. And he was a longtime member, appointed member to the Bergen County Community Development, and he served in many different capacities over the years here in Ramsey, and was heavily involved for the past 25 or so years with the Ramsey seniors as well, and amongst many other things. But I did want to, I was unable to attend his service because I was away, but I did want to pass along my condolences and fond recollections of Doug, and wish Emily and his family my condolences. I would like to congratulate all of our new rescue squad members, Akash and Allison. The Ramsey Chamber of Commerce took part in Ramsey Day. We had about 30 booths or so on Prospect Street. I got to visit with many of the business owners who were appreciative that once again we were able to afford chamber members the opportunity to be there free of charge for being members of the chamber. This, I think, speaks to this governing body's working with the chamber since it was formulated to promote it and grow it, and all that it has become and how it's stayed together through COVID and the challenges the last 2 years. We continue to remind everybody to use the Ramsey Chamber website to find businesses and services that are locally provided, and shop local as much as we can. Ramsey Farmers Market continues at its 9 to 2 hours on Sundays at the train station through November, and they every week have a great many things to offer. To the Ramsey Pool Commission, we have our meeting this week, but I will just say they finished with a record-breaking year, exceeding our projections by hundreds of thousands of dollars, and congratulations to Gary and his staff and all the pool commission members for the great job. I'd also like to thank them for hosting and allowing us to have the Rife Pool Party there on August 16th. was a fun night for our special needs community. And a lot of people had a great time that night as well.
I thank you for the weather that night as well.
I think I heard that in the minutes. Thank you, Councilman Weber. I just wanted to say one last thing about Ramsey Day. Everyone who was there, I think it's been touched on, but Bruce puts an enormous amount of work into it, and the staff here and all of our volunteers and our employees. I saw many of our officers there. It was nice to see them. The DPW puts in a 16, 20-hour day, and that's coming right off of the heels of the storm, which I think they did an excellent job as well. And all of our first responders, paid and volunteers as well. So my thanks to everyone for that. And the 9/11 service, again, an amazing night. Unbelievable that it's been 20 years, and it was nice to see such a nice crowd there at the end of a day where almost everyone is busy. It's the launch of all the fall sports in Ramsey Day, and it was great to be part of that as well. That's all I have at this time. Oh, special reminder, our next meeting is not the 4th Wednesday, but the 5th Wednesday, September 29th at 7:30. So our next meeting is September 29th at 7:30. And that's all I have.
Okay. Thank you, Councilman Jones. Thank you for that reminder. He's the one who knows that I need it.
I'll put it in my...
Health, Education, and Social Services, Councilwoman Judith Cusick.
Thank you, Council President Kilman. I'm Judy Cusick, and this is my report. I want to congratulate Kathy Vetter as well on her pending retirement, and congratulate Akash and Allison for their appointments to the Ramsey Rescue as probationary members. As others have, and when you're the last councilwoman to report out, I'm just going to say I'm so happy for our town. It was a great weekend. Ramsey Day was well attended. The weather was great. The September 11th ceremony, Mayor Dillon, Father Sertich, and Council President Kilman, your words were inspiring. I want to thank Mr. Vose and Ms. Bendian for your efforts as well. Thank our Ramsey staff. It was a beautiful tribute, and we will never forget, and God bless the United States of America. Tonight, a brief report on our planning board, the Ramsey Board of Ed and Ramsey Responds. Next planning board meeting, 21st of September. Ramsey Board of Ed, I encourage our town members to keep current with Board of Ed activities because 69% of Ramsey residents' property taxes are for the Board of Education. Please note that the meetings are recorded and posted on the platform YouTube. Once in YouTube, search Ramsey Board of Education. The meetings are listed and sorted by date. Our next meeting is 28th September. For Ramsey Responds, donations are always welcome. The next food collection is tomorrow, 14th of September from 4 to 5:30 p.m. at the garage behind St. Paul's Church. There's a Ramsey Responds social media page that contains additional information regarding projects and requests for the pantry. Thank you, Council President Kilman.
Thank you, Councilwoman Cusick. And now, Madam Mayor, Deirdre Dillon.
Thank you. A few words of thank you that are so well deserved for Ramsey Day. Thank you to Borough Administrator Vose, the DPW, Emergency Services, and everyone who participated. Ramsey Day reflects why Ramsey is such a very special community, that everyone can come together and enjoy each other's company and learn about each other and what's going on in the community. So thank you, because I know it's an incredible amount of work for you to do. Thank you. And for the 9/11 ceremony, thank you to Ms. Bendian for organizing it. You do such a beautiful job every year. Thank you. And thank you for everyone who attended, especially on the 20th anniversary. As I said that evening, we witnessed the worst humanity and the best humanity on that day. So thank you for everyone to attending. Congratulations and thank you to Akash and Allison for becoming probationary members of the rescue squad. I want to give a special thanks to Gary Bach and his staff, because after Tropical Storm Ida, many pools in the area throughout Bergen County decided not to clean up and reopen for Labor Day. Not only did Ramsey clean up. I mean, Mr. Bach was there till about 1:30 in the morning, people were there working till 5 o'clock in the morning. That pool reopened for Labor Day weekend, it was in perfect condition, and he stayed open the day after Labor Day because the kids were out of school. So a special thanks to Mr. Bach and his team. I truly appreciate that they went above and beyond to make sure that pool got reopened. Let's see, and I want to say, thanks to all the emergency services, including the DPW for their help during Ida. You know, I know we had some flooding on Main Street due just to the incredible downpour rain, how quickly the rain came down. It was hard for the system to take care of it or address it. So I want to say thank you to them because the DPW still helps with the cleanup. And a very special thanks to the Ramsey Rescue Squad. I'm not sure how many of you know, but Ramsey Rescue, at the request of Rochelle Park, through their OEM to our OEM, sent down a rig with a rescue dinghy and made numerous rescues in Rochelle Park and in a community that was absolutely devastated by Ida. So I want to thank to Ramsey Rescue Squad because they really did put themselves in harm's way doing those rescues, and it's truly appreciated. I received not only a call from the OEM coordinator of Rochelle Park, but also the mayor of Rochelle Park to thank me and to just say they wanted me to thank everybody who helped them in their time of need and let them know if we're ever in our time of need, they'll be there to help us. Okay. And one last thing. At our last meeting, a gentleman asked about the update for the master plan, traffic and circulation element. So I did reach out to Mr. Carey, who is in charge of the master plan on the planning board. And this is the statement that Mr. Carey asked me to read this evening. There have been comments about traffic circulation concerns within the borough and what is being done to address those issues. While many questions are focused on specific roads or areas, there was a recent one about the traffic and circulation element of the master plan. The circulation element of the master plan is a strategic document which focuses on traffic, pedestrian, bicycle, mass transit, and other ways of getting around town. But because of the wide range of regulations covering traffic, we must be extremely careful that any recommendations in the circulation plan do not violate local, county, state, and federal laws. The administrator and the borough engineer are currently investigating hiring a traffic engineer to help us address these issues and provide guidance for a circulation plan going forward. The mayor and council are always working with the DPW and police to address traffic concerns within the borough. The project to improve East Main Street is one. Paving Prospect and Mechanic Streets and making ADA-compatible sidewalks improvements is another. We are also working with the state and county on signalization of the intersection of Franklin Turnpike and Route 17 North. We are aggressively applying for grants to cover the cost of these and other projects. The housing, community, facilities, and land use elements in the master plan have been approved and have been submitted to the county and state for final approval. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Borough Administrator, Mr. Bruce Jose.
Thank you, Council President. Just a comment first on a couple of the resolutions and ordinances on tonight's agenda. Again, many of the governing body have addressed it. Resolution 160, the retirement of Kathy Vetter at the end of 2021. She's been a long-time employee. I think she's closing in on 27 years now with the borough in our finance and tax department. She's also a Ramsey resident, but she will be retiring and relocating at the end of the year. She's been a great asset to us here at the borough and will be sorely missed. Resolution 161, I know Councilman Weber spoke about. That's the application to DCA for the ROID grant, which is Recreational Opportunities for Individuals with Disabilities. We've been very successful in obtaining grants through this program, as mentioned, to fund our Challenger and RAVE programs throughout the last few years. I'd also reiterate the comments I made at the last meeting regarding, and prior meetings regarding Ordinance 14/2021, which is to permit medical cannabis dispensaries in Ramsey. So I'll just go through a little background of that as I did at the last couple of meetings. At the June 23rd meeting, the governing body passed Resolution 133, 2021, authorizing the borough attorney to further research and present to the governing body ordinances permitting recreational cannabis businesses in the B3 Highway District and medical cannabis dispensaries in the Laboratory and Office District, as is the intent of the governing body to enact. At that same meeting, to meet a state-mandated deadline of August 21st, 2021, the governing body introduced an ordinance prohibiting the operation of all cannabis-related licenses and operations in the borough, and subsequently, after a public hearing at the July 28th meeting, the governing body voted to adopt such ordinance ahead of the state deadline. As we discussed at both the June and July meetings, if a municipality did not pass an ordinance prohibiting cannabis operations in its town prior to August 21st, 2021, it could not prohibit any cannabis operations for a 5-year period. However, if a prohibiting ordinance was adopted prior to August 21st, a municipality could take action at any time in the future to allow such cannabis operations. At the August 30th meeting, the governing body introduced this ordinance, permitting a maximum of 2 medical cannabis dispensaries in the borough located in the laboratory and office district of the borough. The Borough Zoning Map may be found on the borough website. This zoning district basically is a portion of Franklin Turnpike north of Don Bosco to Hilltop Road, going back east, including Williams Drive, and ending before the residential districts of Airmont Avenue. In addition to a maximum of only 2 dispensaries, the ordinance also limits the hours of operation to 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and 9 to 1 on Saturday, as well as specific locations in the zoning district being excluded if they're within 500 feet of schools or other public and private types of entities as detailed in the ordinance. So I know that's now been adopted after public hearing, but I just wanted to reiterate the comments of the past. Okay, and then just a couple things on Ramsey Day. Thank you to everyone for the thank yous, but I have to send thank yous to all of our DPW, the emergency services, all of our staff here, the volunteers, the nonprofit groups who participated. Everybody did a tremendous job in pulling that together. It's a true team effort, and it was a great day for Ramsey with everyone out there as we start to hopefully bounce back and turn the corner on this pandemic. Also, the September 11th ceremony, special thanks to Meredith for all of her work on it. And I would also again thank the DPW, the Emergency Services, Father Nick, the Ramsey Wind Symphony, and everyone else who participated and came out to support that event. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Bozay. Counselor? Borough Clerk, Ms. Bendian?
Nothing, thank you.
Anyone else? Mayor, you were all set? Okay. Very good. There are no introduction of new ordinances. Do we have any unfinished business? Any new business? If not, do you have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.
Oh, great.
Good.